You are muted.
Hey, thanks, Ali. So, hello everyone. Welcome to our channel. Myself Vijay Kumar, and today we are going to discuss about the PMP topic, basically for those who wants to clear their PMP certification, right? So, our topic is basically how to clear the PMP certification. And now today we are having Mr. Ali, who is a PMP trainer, and he's a well-known trainer in especially in North America region. So, we are going to get some tips. So, Ali, welcome to our channel.
Thank you. Thank you. It's an honor to be here, Vijay. Yes, Vijay.
So, Ali, starting right from the very, the common question which I get, or when I discuss with various professional, from beginner as well as working people, that what are the common mistakes which people make, while they're preparing for the PMP certification.
Vijay, that's a very great question. Now, there are various mistakes that people make, but I will start with the most common mistake. You see, back at in Southeast Asia, we have been trained to cram books, right? We think, okay, if I can somehow cram this book, I can pass this certification exam. The beauty of the PMP exam, the PMP exam, it has 180 question answers. Majority of them, like 99% of them, are MCQs with single option, right? And all of them are situational question. What they do, since PMI has their PMBOK, project management body of knowledge, they try to read it and they go to the exam. And they think, okay, if I can just read the PMBOK, I will be able to clear the exam. Somehow I cram it, I will be able to do into that. That is not that. Although PMI has made it very clear, exam is not based on PMBOK. Exam is based on 13 reference guide, plus the exam is mostly based on exam content outline, right? Exam is mostly based on exam content outline, and in order to pass the PMP exam, you must be equipped to solve those question answers, and that is a very important thing. Second mistake that people do is they misunderstand the time management. PMP exam is a time box exam. You have 180 question answers with three part A, part B, part C, and one timer is there. It's a very interesting. Normally, when we do exam, the timer is fixed. Here, the timer is not fixed for three parts of exam. The questions are 1 to 60, 61 to 120, and 120 to 180. There are breaks after 60 question and 120 question. They are unable to manage that time. When they reach the last section, they are out of time. As a result of that, most of the time, they get this challenge, they get this thing that they could not pass in the PMP exam. These two mistakes, if you can handle, I'm sure it can increase the probability of you passing the PMP exam. Yes, Vijay.
Right, Ali. So, the time management is, actually very key aspects for project management. So, I can fully understand, why the PMP, the PMI has basically, divided the PMP exam into three section, right? Because we try to correlate with the actual project execution. The timelines matter, and usually, when project, comes closer to deadline, the time management become very crucial, and probably, that's they want to test any candidate how they better they manage their time management. So very well said, Ali. Now, moving forward, now once the time management is a critical aspect, now questions that even for any PMP aspirants, when they're preparing, how better they can, strategize their time management, or what are the practical tips which they should follow, which will result in a successful strategy and passing their PMP exam. So if you can tell us, some practical tips and strategy which actually works, right? There are a lot of bookish things available, but you would like to know how they can actually, tackle those problems.
Yeah. So time management is simply just like everything else we do in life. You need to practice it. And how do we practice? By simulation, right? For example, when students join our program, first they go through the training, then they work on the question answers. In the last few weeks, I give them a simulator. That simulator is time box, right? You can get my simulator, or there are many good simulator available in the market. You must practice on a simulator where you cannot stop it. Now, Vijay, that's a very interesting thing. There's a website, udemy.com, a very good, very inexpensive website. They have a lot of simulators, are good simulators. But I always say there's a big problem there. Let's say there are 4 hour exam, okay? And if a 4 hour exam, you can pause it. You pause it, you go and watch India Pakistan match in between, whatever. So you lose that focus. You need to sit in a simulator, in such kind of a simulator where you cannot pause yourself. You force yourself to sit for that time, because you can do 10 question, 20 question, but sitting for 4 hours, especially in our TikTok era, I like to say, where we watch 15-second YouTubes and we get tired, right? Our brain is constantly moving. Sitting for 4 hours needs practice, and practice make things permanent. So one of the most important thing I would say, wherever you have taken the PMP training, if you are in the final phase, last 2 weeks of your PMP exam, you must work on a simulator where you cannot stop the time. It's very critical. Otherwise, and of course, when you go to such simulators, they will be a little bit expensive, but it is not expensive as failing in the exam.
Yeah, right. I mean, following the real-time simulation in which, uh, same exactly which replicates here the PMP exam. That's really matters a lot, right? And that's actually give you the actual feedback, how you're able to manage a time, how you're able to handle the stress. That's very important, right? So I can fully understand, having a right simulator, which can give you the real-time experience helps a lot. Now, taking forward, so when someone do the practice on a simulator, right, and when they try to solve the with all those questions, so let's say for a experienced person, a person who is already having project management experience, and a fresher guy, right? So what would be the difference and how helpful it is for a experienced guy who solve the same problem, whereas a fresher guy who's solving the problem, how does it help actually?
Okay, I first of all thank you for asking this question. I love this question because whenever I am having a discussion with anyone and they have more than 10 years experience, 20 years experience. A few weeks back a student cleared, his age is 67. So you can say that he has 32, 34 years of experience, right? PMI does not test your experience in your domain. It's critical. PMI does not test your experience. PMI test how much able you are to understand the project management from their lens. That's critical, from their lens. For example, I am wearing these glasses. This glasses is crystal clear. But if I put it red color, I will see everything in red. If I put it in yellow, I'll see everything in yellow. Make sense? Similarly, if somebody, of course, in order to give PMP exam, you must have 3 years of experience. Vijay, you are a certified PMP. You already know that. You must have minimum 3 years of experience, right? So if you are a person with 3 years experience, or if you are a person with 30 years experience, you need to let go what you are doing in your job. Okay, like for example, in my last group, we had a student who had almost 25 years of experience, and we were blessed to have a student. She was from Kerala. She had 3 years and 2 month experience, right? I said it to both of them at different instance. Imagine you are working in a multi-billion-dollar company, multi-billion-dollar, Apple, Microsoft, or Saudi Aramco, and you are working in US domain, right? You are working in US, and you have team members more than 1,000 people working under you. When you imagine yourself working at these circumstances, you change in a different way. And why is that, Vijay? When people say that I have a 30 years of experience, okay, experience in, now you are in General Electric, right? You are in GE. So your experience will be different from the people who are working in extreme IT sectors, right? The people who are working in extreme civil engineering, their experience will be different. PMI collects the best practices of all of them. So my answer to all those people who have basically done all those things, and they are the good, they are very good. I'm sure they are best at their job. They just need the PMP tag, whatever the case is. They need those things. But the most important thing is you need to follow now PMI methodologies. I hope that makes
Yeah,
sense.
that's right, but I would slightly differ here, Ali, because what I think,
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
when I thought about clearing the PMP, what I realized that, after working in several projects, right,
Uh-huh.
with the project management team, and if I compare, if I were a fresher, my approach would have been very different, especially, for the situational questions which you're referring, right? uh, which may be kind of confusing if fresher try to attempt the same question, whereas a person who has experience in project, right? Of course, the industry, the various practices differ, but somehow it gives a little bit help for a person who's having experience in a project management compared to the person who is appearing first time as a fresher, because somehow if somebody's having experience in a project management, so those practices are being followed. It may not be perfectly exactly
Agree.
as
I totally
PMI
agree with you.
states,
Mhm.
but maybe partially, or at up to some extent. So maybe it helps a lot. But I agree, despite the experience, when you approach an exam, definitely you should try to learn everything and then apply all those principles, because it is it's exam, it has a fixed curriculum, and you need to follow the curriculum and get the answer right, because right, your here goal is to get the PMP certification.
Acha, I totally
No.
agree with you. I totally agree with you, Vijay. But the thing is that that is why the minimum requirement for PMP is 3 years. When
Yeah.
you say fresher, fresher cannot give PMP exam, right? When a fresher cannot give PMP exam. So yes, having a project management experience is good. For example, I'll give you example of my home. I remember the PMI took a turn in 2021 for the 2nd of January. They added 40 to 50% agile in it, right? They added 40 to 50% agile. I'm a hardcore mechanical engineer, right? I have done consultancy. I have worked with multinational companies, but only in predictive environment. Now that comes a beautiful part here. Only in the predictive environment. When I was studying, and I guess you did PMP in 2015 in a way back when it was only predictive, right? Now this will be interesting for you. When I was studying agile, I was unable to see what does this mean? What is this user story? What does this stand up? But interestingly, at that time it was COVID, and my wife was in an IT sector. She's in IT sector, and I used to see. Now that's an interesting thing. She used to wake up just at 8 a.m. 2 minutes before the meeting, go there, she listen to the stand up and went back. So I knew from there, okay, stand up is there. Experience is important. I'm not denying that. But then we need to classify which experience: civil engineering, electrical engineering, mechanical engineering. So when a person with a wide range of experience, 20 years, 30 years, they get that hard plasticity in their mind, whatever we do is the right thing. So to unlearn, it sometimes becomes challenging. So whenever I start a session, I always say, keep your brain open, have an open mind, because you need to learn, you need to wear PMI hat into that, Vijay. I hope that makes sense to you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So now coming to the next question. So when, if somebody, let's say, wants to prepare, what kind of material they can refer, or would you like to reference some specific study material? I
Yeah.
know PMBOK is the
Yeah,
the
yeah.
recommended, I will say, PMA recommended study material, but apart from PMBOK, if you can add something, that would be helpful.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna first of all I'm gonna put something very important, and I guess I'm the only trainer who says that get a customized roadmap. Get a customized roadmap. What does that mean? We are living in an era. We are living in one of the best era of humanity ever. We have choices, and I highly recommend you sit with somebody, with a trainer who understand your requirement, who gives you a customized roadmap, right? Instead of standard. I don't know if you are a person who will read book, who prefer to watch videos, who goes for a mind map, who prefer to learn audio. For example, I'm a person who reads book. You can see a lot of books, right? Even whenever Amazon package come, my I have a 5-year-old daughter, and she always says, "Not another boring book." Like I try to get one or two books each week. I try to read as much as I can whenever I get time. I'm a book reading person. Whereas my wife, she listens to podcast. She's an audio person, right? So the most important thing regarding the material is get a customized roadmap. So now let's talk about, let's say you are a book reading person. You want to read book and it feels safe actually. Many people prefer, okay, I'm preparing for a certification. I should read a book. In that case, my book Pathway to PMP. It's a complete book and easily written in a understandable way, right? If you are a person especially from Southeast Asia, I highly recommend you read that book because this is written in a way I speak. I am talking, no hi-fi English, nothing. Same way you can find few grammar mistake, I'll accept that, but it is written in a way like somebody is communicating with you. Okay, very simple way, very easily written, and I have put it in the only the printing price. You can get, you are in India, Vijay, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can get in India in less than 1700, 1500, or get 999 INR. You can easily purchase that book. And if you are in US or anywhere in the world from Amazon, you can get it in $20. I put it the minimum price that Amazon actually allowed me. Amazon actually allowed. Why?
Okay.
If
Okay.
you are a book reading
Yeah.
person, read it. Okay. Now coming to the person, if you are not a book reading person, if you are a person who is a visual person who want to watch the videos, in that case, we have an entire interactive boot camp for you in which we go through the entire program. We work with you. We understand what is your learning style, how you work in a best possible way, and what is the best thing that can work for you, right? So that is called customized roadmap. I'll show you the book Pathway to PMP. So that is the hard copy that is available in the market. You can get it, right? It's a hard copy. You can get it, and it's that's in. And it also include for those people who want, if they buy it. And since I'm here with Vijay, everyone who buys the Pathway to PMP, I'm gonna give my Pathway to PMP course $200 at Udemy free of cost, though only for those people who buy after watching this podcast. Okay, I
Okay.
hope Vijay
So,
that gives some more freedom to that podcast.
yeah, 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 right, right. And we will put a link here so that people can people can go and access that. Now, one more question here. Your book is Pimbox 7 basis, right?
Of
Because
course,
when
of
I
course.
cleared the PMP, that was Pimbox 6
Yes,
and
yes.
Pimbox 7, and with all those new principles, and I think they have changed a lot, because earlier
Yeah,
there
yeah,
was
yeah.
various knowledge area, now it's changed based on various principles. So it's really different, I mean,
Of course.
when I see even the ping pong itself.
It is based on latest exam content outline. It is based on PMBOK 7 and Agile Guide. Right?
Okay.
It combines all those three things because when you studied in 2015, it was PMBOK 4, PMBOK 5, and it keeps on changing. Like PMBOK 8 will be coming, so the updated editions will be coming for that. So as of today, as of 1st of November, we only have 60 days in this year. As of 1st of November, this is the most updated book, and I have written actually there, based on latest exam content outline, right?
Okay.
Based on latest exam content outline, they can get this book. Okay.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Now, so okay, so that was about the book study material. Now, as you mentioned earlier in the session, that practice is important. So, what kind of mock tests do you recommend, or do you have the specific
Yeah.
site or which you would like to recommend for the mock
Okay.
test?
So I would recommend, I would straightforward recommend because getting a good simulator is very important. So I'm gonna recommend straightforward here. I'm gonna be very focused on my own simulator. Okay, I specifically made that simulator that is, and it is available. It is available. You can get it just for $150. It has more than 5,000 questions. You don't have to do all the questions. Anyone who buys that simulator, I actually tell them, okay, these question you do. If you get this score, skip this, move towards that, right? So that PMP simulator, I just shared you the link. You can also ping it there. They can buy the simulator. This is a simulator they can do, and the link to buy I will also put it there. I will actually show you in a minute how does that simulator work different from others, right? I'll show you the simulator, how that simulator works different from others, why that simulator can be an important ingredient to everybody, right, in their progress. Okay, so this is the link of my simulator. Let me show you. Okay, I can share screen. Yeah, I can. So let's say they can buy the simulator from there. This website I just shared you, amirali.com. So when they go to the PMP simulator, when they will get the access, they will have the people process 180 mocks. You see, PMP exam, the latest PMP exam is 42% is people, 50% is process. So I give you a freedom here that you can have six mocks of people, each with 60-60, right? And then process mocks, each with 60-60-60, and then 180 mocks, each with 180. This are more important thing. As I was saying it to you in the start, that you should have something that makes you sit for 4 hours. For example, if they started the two breaks, that is 10-minute break has been added into it, right? 2 10 minutes break has been the part of this. When they start this mock, they cannot take a break. So I specifically asked the developer to make a simulator in which you cannot take a break. Okay, so 180 question, you start it, you have to complete in 4 or 10 minutes, which has two breaks. Important thing about that, when you complete a mock, when you complete this mock, you actually get it directly an email. An email is sent about your score detail, everything that you can review your question answers and looked into it, right? And Vijay, this is for those people. This is for those people who want to study at their own pace. What I recommend is getting a customized roadmap. Get over proper PMI, ATP, MPMI authorized training partner. So enroll in a program so that you get every single thing in one program, right? Instead of getting this in parts, you get every single thing at one go. Make sense? Yeah.
Y- Yeah, 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 right, right. That's really helpful thought. At one place you can get everything. And this includes 35 hour
Of
contract
course,
hour,
of
right?
course, of course, of course,
Okay.
of course.
Yeah,
That
great.
is the part of it.
Okay, so I think now we have already answered the key queries, and if you guys have more question, please feel free to put your comment below, and we will, love to answer your all the other queries. And also, please take a look at the Ali's simulator, and also I think is a very good, great material for PMP preparation. Probably that will help you guys a lot. So with this, Ali, anything you would like to end of the session?
Yeah, I would like to say that, guys, most of the time we look into that, okay, I should get maybe 1000 INR, 2000, 3000. This is the cheapest program. I should go for it. We forget the thing that the most important asset in our life is the time. You can do PMP in 2 years, 1 years, without any customized roadmap, without any follow up, without question answer sessions, which I'm a big believer. Like when you join the program that I do, I have made this 7 step for you guys, for everybody who joined the program. That 7 step is designed in a way that every single thing that you need in the program, in the PMP, you have that thing. You see, this is my entire 7 step formula. We worked into that. You get 35 PDUs for sure, right? I make a customized roadmap for every single student. And I personally do follow up. Me and my team member do the follow up with you. You get 4 question answer session every single week, and then you join the community. You get the simulator. So all those things are provided to you in this thing. You see, its value is 20,000, but those who are watching this video, they can join it for $699. I hope that adds value to everybody who wants to join and who want to clear the PMP.
Great,
Thank
great.
you, Vijay.
So Ali, thank you very much for joining our session, and hope it is very helpful for our viewers, and viewers will, will utilize your guidance and the key tips which you shared, and I'm sure, they will clear their PMP certification with good or flying numbers. So
Thank you.
best of
Thank you,
luck
Vijay.
for all for your project management career, because PMP certification is just the first step, and your the fun start after that. So
Thank you.
thanks,
Thank you very much.
thanks Ali, thanks, thank you
Thank you
everyone.
very
Bye
much.
bye.
Bye.